Have you ever noticed how January 1st arrives with this overwhelming weight of expectation, yet somehow feels completely hollow at the same time? You're supposed to feel renewed, motivated, ready to transform. Instead, you feel exactly the same as you did on December 31st, maybe even worse. Picture this moment. It's New Year's Day. You wake up expecting some magical shift in your mindset, some surge of motivation that will finally make you the person you've been promising to become. But as you stare at the ceiling, the harsh truth slowly hits. Nothing has changed. The same anxieties, the same patterns, the same you staring back from the mirror. This isn't laziness. This isn't a lack of ambition. This is your brain quietly protecting itself from a psychological trap that most people never recognize. Psychology calls it the temporal landmark illusion, and it reveals something profound about how your mind processes change and meaning. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. Your brain is wired to believe that arbitrary markers like calendar dates can fundamentally alter your identity overnight. It's the same mechanism that makes people think moving to a new city will solve their problems, or that a promotion will finally make them happy. The mind instinctively wants to believe that external changes can create internal transformation. But here's what no one tells you about meaningful change. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks and champagne. It happens on random Tuesdays when you make a small decision that aligns with who you're becoming. Real transformation is invisible, gradual, and completely unimpressed by calendar dates. The meaninglessness you feel isn't about the new year itself. It's about the psychological whiplash between expectation and reality. You've been culturally programmed to believe that January 1st is a reset button for your entire existence. When that button doesn't work, you don't blame the concept, you blame yourself. Psychology reveals something even deeper here. The emptiness you experience is actually your authentic self rejecting artificial motivation. Your subconscious mind knows the difference between genuine change and performative transformation. When you try to force meaning onto an arbitrary date, your psyche responds with feelings of hollowness and disconnection. This creates what researchers call the resolution paradox. The harder you try to manufacture meaning through external milestones, the more meaningless everything feels. It's your brain's way of telling you that real change doesn't need a special day. It needs authentic intention. Most people interpret this emptiness as personal failure. They think they lack willpower, discipline, or the right mindset. But the research shows something different. The people who feel the most disconnected from New Year's energy often have the strongest sense of authentic self. They're rejecting the cultural mythology because their intuition recognizes it as hollow. Think about the last time you made a meaningful change in your life. Chances are, it wasn't on January 1st. It was probably a moment when you finally got tired of your own patterns, when the pain of staying the same became greater than the fear of changing. That's when real transformation happens, not when the calendar tells you it should. The meaninglessness you feel is actually a form of intelligence. Your psyche is sophisticated enough to recognize that genuine growth doesn't need external validation or perfect timing. It happens when you stop waiting for permission from arbitrary dates and start listening to your own internal rhythms of change. Here's the shift that changes everything. Instead of fighting the emptiness, notice what it's trying to tell you. That hollow feeling isn't a bug in your system, it's a feature. Your mind is rejecting artificial meaning because it's capable of creating authentic meaning. The emptiness is space, not absence. Space for you to define what matters without cultural programming telling you when and how to grow. You've just seen the mechanism. What you do with it now is yours. You don't need to shout to be understood. You just need the right space to think clearly. That's what rational depth is, a quiet corner of the internet for intelligent minds. If you felt something here, subscribe. Quietly, thoughtfully,